The pharmaceutical industry is changing rapidly. New technologies, innovative therapies, artificial intelligence, and evolving healthcare regulations are transforming the way medicines are developed and approved. As a result, regulatory affairs is no longer just a department responsible for submissions and compliance. It is becoming a strategic function that helps organizations bring safe and effective products to patients faster. As we move through 2026 and beyond, regulatory affairs professionals will play an even greater role in shaping the future of healthcare. Their responsibilities will extend beyond regulatory submissions to include strategic planning, regulatory intelligence, digital transformation, and support for innovative therapies. One of the biggest trends influencing regulatory affairs is digitalization. For many years, regulatory submissions involved extensive paperwork and manual processes. Today, most regulatory agencies use electronic submission systems, and this trend will continue to grow. Digital platforms are making communication between companies and health authorities faster and more efficient. Future regulatory systems are expected to rely heavily on structured data, cloud-based platforms, and automated workflows. Regulatory professionals will need to become comfortable working with digital tools and managing complex electronic submissions. Artificial intelligence is another major force transforming regulatory affairs. AI technologies are already being used to review documents, monitor regulatory updates, identify compliance risks, and support submission preparation. These tools can process large amounts of information much faster than manual methods. In the future, AI may automate many routine activities, including document reviews, data extraction, labeling updates, and regulatory reporting. This will allow regulatory affairs professionals to focus on higher level responsibilities such as strategy development, risk assessment, and regulatory planning. However, AI is unlikely to replace regulatory experts. Human judgment, scientific understanding, and regulatory interpretation will remain essential for making critical decisions. Another important trend is the rise of advanced therapies. Gene therapies, cell therapies, mRNA based treatments, and personalized medicines are becoming increasingly common. These products often involve complex scientific and manufacturing processes that require specialized regulatory pathways. As these therapies continue to grow, regulatory affairs professionals will need a deeper understanding of emerging technologies and evolving regulations. The ability to work closely with scientists, clinicians, and health authorities will become increasingly important. Globalization is also shaping the future of regulatory affairs. Pharmaceutical companies now develop products for multiple countries simultaneously. This requires regulatory teams to understand the requirements of different health authorities and develop global regulatory strategies. Efforts to harmonize regulations across regions are expected to continue, helping simplify approval processes and reduce duplication. However, differences between countries will still exist, making global regulatory expertise a valuable skill. Another area gaining importance is real-world evidence. Traditionally, regulatory decisions have relied mainly on clinical trial data. Today, regulators are increasingly considering real-world data collected from electronic health records, patient registries, wearable devices, and healthcare databases. This information helps regulators understand how medicines perform in real-world settings and can support approvals, label expansions, and post-marketing activities. Regulatory professionals will play an important role in ensuring that real-world evidence meets regulatory expectations. Digital health technologies are creating additional opportunities and challenges. Mobile health applications, digital therapeutics, software as a medical device, and connected healthcare systems are becoming more common. These innovations require new regulatory approaches and ongoing oversight. As a result, regulatory affairs professionals will increasingly collaborate with experts in software development, cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, and data privacy. The skills needed for success in regulatory affairs are also evolving. Along with regulatory knowledge, professionals will benefit from understanding digital technologies, data analytics, AI applications, project management, and regulatory intelligence. So, the future of regulatory affairs is becoming more digital, global, and innovation focused. Artificial intelligence, advanced therapies, real world evidence, and digital health technologies are reshaping the profession.